Alright, folks, I literally just woke up, and it is 6 a.m., and I have a classical game very soon, so we'll see how this one goes, but it is day 34, I want to say, on the road to 2000 Elo series. We're playing with the black pieces here against somebody from, it looks like it's Iran. Ooh, interesting, okay. And we're playing Rui Lopez. Here, against Rui Lopez, I like to play the Morphe defense, which is a 6, I believe. The idea being if bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, queen here, but instead it's some sort of different variation of this. I'm wondering if I can just play here and drop this pawn. So after pawn takes, queen takes, lose the castling rights, double the pawns, and then probably play this. They have this move. Let's calculate this. I want to play it. I'm in a very classical mood, which means I'm going to think a lot about my moves here. But bishop here, pawn takes, queen takes. What if rook takes with check first? Could be interesting. Maybe you can even try to draw out the knight and not take the knight. So instead play something like, I don't know. Because I'm looking at the fact that the bishop and the rook would line up on d1. That looks pretty interesting to me. The other options, I'm not thinking too hard about this and just taking. That's also an option. Let's have fun though. Let's see. I don't think this works, but pawn takes, queen takes, king takes. Do I take with the bishop right away? Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't think it's good, but my excuse is that it's really early in the morning, so I'm just gonna try to have fun. Um, by the way, my first day of classical, I played 2 games. I won the first one against about 1500 something, 1530. I lost the second against the 1715. Um, in a really tough game. I played a Panov. I played a 92% accuracy. My opponent played with 96%. And I made one mistake in the end game, 52 moves into the game. So kind of wild stuff. Also, we can castle, which is nice. I like the idea of long castling here. So we're going to long castle with tempo. Maybe even first we can play bishop somewhere. So let's long castle. And actually now I can play rook here. They can't defend the pawn because the knight is pinned, which is nice. Then we win our pawn back. We don't win our pawn back. Whoopsies. Let's play here now. The idea being if takes, then this comes with check and it wins a bishop. I think we have enough compensation here. We'll see. They're probably going to play like h3 or something, I would assume. I don't really know. Maybe just develop a knight. Essentially, they kind of don't have a way that I can see immediately to defend the pawn. So they're probably just going to play a developing move or a move that's, gains tempo. So here, for example, bishop takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. Seems like a rational sort of continuation. Bishop takes, king takes, probably not messing up their pawn structure further. This is not what I expected. Wait, what? Really? You're walking into this? Rook takes. King where? King here, rook takes. What's the follow-up? What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. What? Okay, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see it if I am. Ah. Okay. Gotcha. I'm blind. Can I just play bishop here? No, that doesn't look good. Okay, let's keep moving up. We're gonna win a pawn back. And I'm gonna try to play knight here, maybe. Alright, we're just gonna bring the rook all the way back to e8. Although maybe I want to bring the rook to like e6 and double up my rooks here. Where's this knight going afterwards, by the way? Nowhere. Literally nowhere. So we're chilling. Maybe rook e6. This knight can't move. If this knight could move, it would go here. Maybe he's gonna try to go there later on. Do I have anything better? I don't want to go rook e7, obviously. Blocking in my bishop. I'm gonna go rook e6. He's gonna have to spend a move moving his king, probably, if he wants to unpin his knight. In which case, I can even just take. Also unpin his knight and his bishop, by the way. Okay, so do I take is the question now. I think I do. I think I do. If I don't, plays this, I play back, and now he can play knight here. That's a little annoying. Let's just take. He'll take back with the king, I assume. Yeah. And we can set up threats here. So we're going to just try to close in on the king's position. Let's see. Knight's still not going anywhere, by the way. Just a little heads up. We're going to play bishop d6 and try to play rook f8 now. Just completely closing the king. He's only going to have this square that pins the knight, the bishop again. Then we're playing rook f8. Does the bishop have a good move? Not that I can see. And yeah, this looks solid. Like if he moves his bishop right now, that would be kind of checkmate, sort of. Okay, okay. Knight here, undoubling our pawns. Makes a lot of sense to me. There's no check, right? They don't have any checks, so we're gonna play knight here. If takes, takes. Pawns undoubled. I like the look of that. Wow, he went into that fast. He's okay with it. Okay. This is bishop still pinned. He's probably gonna move his king next move. Yep, I would assume so. Um, okay, now there are ideas against this bishop, but maybe it's better because the problem is that this rook's never gonna move. So maybe it's better to try to play rook f6 instead. Rook f6. They don't have to do anything though. But then I have bishop here, but then they can just go here. Maybe that's not as good as I thought. Maybe bishop here right away, but then king here, and then I kind of don't have anything. Bishop here walks into this. Okay, let's think. I have time. I have 5 minutes. Okay, okay, let's focus. Rook e8. Just planting that bishop. Well, the bishop's not planted. It can move. Maybe just c6, solidifying the pawn. Or c5, d4 looks interesting. C5, d4 looks interesting. Can they move the bishop away with tempo? No. Let's go for this. C5, d4 with the idea of playing rook f6 and not allowing the bishop back onto the defense of the pawn. So now we're going to play here. And if he plays this, I play this. And it gets hard to defend because now my bishop can slot in. Okay. We can keep going further and closing in the bishop. What other options do we have? Bishop here. Or maybe I push these pawns. Or maybe I trade off the bishops. There's a lot I can do. Maybe I just move my king forward as well. I like the look of king c7 off first glance. Oh, I'm running out of time. Let's play king c7. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to make progress now. I mean, it's probably going to be with this like G pawns. These G pawns are probably going to be the way of making progress. I'm going to go bishop here so he can't ever bring his other rook in. Oh, he has a check now, though. Oopsies. That's bad. Yeah, no, this is bad. Okay, he missed the check. Lovely. Then if he ever goes rook here, I can just slide a rook back. Probably rook forward to avoid the check. I'm going to try to play d4. Maybe b5 first, or yeah, okay. So we're gonna go rook here now. Just gonna defend. He's probably gonna trade off the rooks. I don't see any other way to make progress here. I'm gonna try to play rook e7. Create threats here. I mean, it doesn't lead anywhere. Oh, he's trying to just trade. How boring. Go after this pawn or trade? Trading would mean a draw, essentially. I'm not up material. He's also up on time. I'll go here. Okay. Let's go this way. Here. Shutting down the king again. And I'm going to try to go onto the e-file with my rook, which is kind of open. And if I can ever play rook e2, I'm golden. I don't know how that would happen, though. Rook e7. Bishop can attack. It doesn't do anything. Okay. Rook d7, I guess, now. If takes, takes. And then we got a passer. Although the passer's not great. Ugh. Should have thought this one through. Maybe pawn takes. Rook takes, pawn takes here, and my king can't really make progress. Pawn takes, rook takes, rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes, rook takes, pawn takes. Sorry about that. Here, here. Yeah, I'll go pawn takes. I don't know. Maybe that's a mistake. Okay. Well, he has no way to bring his king in, which is good. This doesn't let him win the rook. I can go here now. I mean, win the pawn. Apologies. Go after this. He's gonna defend, but it's fine. Maybe I should go about this a little differently because this doesn't win anything. Let's go e5. My plan is to go king c5 afterwards, and he can't play this because now I take. So king c5. He's gonna check maybe. Doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm gonna play b5. Go here. Or maybe even go rook. Move my rook out of the way. Rook here, king here. Let's go for this. I don't see it anything else to make progress, and I'm trying to win. You know, I don't want to drop. You might trade the rooks, which doesn't look good. Does it look good? It looks like it draws. Everything looks like it draws. Unless if I can. Okay, he's not trading the rooks. That's good for me. At least not yet. Now he should probably. He definitely should. He shouldn't allow this, for sure. I hope he does. Maybe I slide back? No, I can't slide back. Oh wait, opposition. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm winning. How did I miss that? I'm completely winning here. So okay, wait, no, maybe I'm not completely winning. Here, where? This way. This way. So here. Go for it. As long as he can't create a passer. Oh wait. Oh, hold on. Okay, I might be losing. Well, actually, oh, I messed up. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I think this is a draw. takes here. Is this a draw? If I go here, then I'm losing, so I have to go here. Yeah, this is a draw. I'll offer a draw. Okay. I mean, it's playing on, but there's not much to play on for. Oh, shoot. What did I do? Wow. This should still be a draw, though, if I'm not mistaken. I probably have to think about this, and this is going to be good for my endgame practice. But I'm pretty sure it's still a draw, because it's a passer on the A file. Yeah, okay, there you go. All right. Well, can't win them all. Also, not going to lose them all. A draw is a fair result here. I thought I had a winning advantage early on. Let's see exactly how this one played out. Okay, best part of the game. Let's analyze. We got e4, e5. And after knight f3, we played knight c6, and then bishop b5. This is the Ruy Lopez, or the Spanish opening. I like to play this a6 move, which is the Morphy defense after bishop takes, pawn takes. The idea is that if knight takes, they walk into queen d4, which forks the knight and the pawn. I definitely put those arrows in the wrong order. But so here the move that they played is d4, and this is all theory. It's not something I'm super familiar with. I decided to pin the knight to the queen, let them take the pawn, because after queen takes and castles and rook e8, there's no way to defend the pawn, although they did find f4, bishop f4. Here, I played f6 with the idea that after pawn takes, I can take the pawn. And I thought I was winning the bishop. I guess I was mistaken about that. But here, apparently, a better move for them is not pawn takes, it's just h3. It's letting me take the pawn, because you're not going to be able to keep that pawn in the long run. This allows me to develop my knight as well. It pins both your knight and your bishop to your king, and black just enjoys a much more dynamic position. After the knight steps in with c3, I can just go rook e6, and I decided to trade the bishop for the knight. Apparently bishop h5 would have been fine too. I was kind of a little bit on the fence about this because of this g4 move, but then apparently bishop g6 is just good. Oh well, good to know. So there's cases where sometimes it's good to allow g4 sometimes, or b4, or g5, b5. Some cases where it's good, some cases where it's not so good. Apparently in this case it was allowable, but this is still fine for me. After bishop d6, I lose some of my advantage, so I should have played bishop b4 instead. Trying to go for the target here of the knight, doubling the pawns. If you look carefully, the knight has very few squares. This would essentially trap the knight completely, which is pretty funny. And so the knight only has like retreating moves. So that's an interesting thing to notice. But I didn't go for that. Instead, I played bishop d6, and after they played rook e1, I played rook f8, allowing for discovery ideas. They moved their king out of the way. Now I'm supposed to go bishop b4 again, or bishop c5, just create some sort of, threat. Bishop c5 is an interesting one, because, it allows for a pawn island to be formed. A pawn island is not the right word. Actually, no, that is the right word in the endgame, when a pawn is isolated and on its own. I guess it's a single pawn island. But anyways, we trade the knights, and this is where I lost my advantage mostly. Oh, whoopsies. Whoopsies, whoopsies, whoopsies. Oh my god. Pardon me. I am sleepy. And so, yeah, here I played c5, which is the best move, realizing that I had initiative on that bishop, trying to double my rooks here. They played f3, which is a good move that I failed to consider once again in the defense. And here, I made a big mistake allowing rook e7 check. My opponent thankfully didn't see it, and then I played king c6 probably to make up for it. But essentially, yes, I should prevent this, but I am in no rush to prevent this. After rook e1 is played, I can just simply play bishop g3. afterwards, and I'm totally fine. And this is a much bigger threat, you know, after this move. Rook here, and I'm dropping all my pawns, and you know, I'm going into a worse endgame with no real sort of compensation for it. I'm not winning anything back. So here we walk into this scenario where they're trying to trade the pieces, realizing it's a draw. And I'm trying to still fight because I thought I was the one with the initiative. I shouldn't have allowed this trade of bishops. What I should have done apparently is take it. So takes, king takes, and then something like a b5, and you're still the one enjoying the initiative in the position. Maybe now I can trade my rooks, like if they were to play like h4, for example. Maybe here. No, this is still drawing, but this looks good for me. This looks good for me. Let's say they play king e3. I play king d6. And they're trying to prevent me from going here. So let's play here. King e5, king d5, king e5. So I would recognize the fact that the king can't make forward progress. So I'd probably get king e5. And they'd have to play one of two moves, either king e3 or g3. Both very findable. Anything else loses them. But anyways, that's not what happened. Instead, we got rook d7. Oh wait, this is what happened. I traded the rooks? Oh yeah, I did. Wait, no, I didn't. What? What am I saying? Although I did trade them later on, but so here takes, and where did I trade Los Rooks? There we go. That's where. Oh, and I was winning. Wait, I thought I was winning, but how? Okay, I mean this must be winning, right? Oh, it's a pawn move, isn't it? I had to play like a waiting move. I hate waiting moves. I gotta learn this stuff. H6 makes a lot of intuitive sense because you're preventing g5 from ever being played. H6, let's say they play here. Now I just play a waiting move, for example. They take, it's their turn. And what do you do? H5. And I mean, now I can just go after your pawns. I can even play this. Maybe I just play this first, sending your king backwards. King d2. And yeah, now we can go after the pawns. Takes, here, takes. Oh! Takes. King g5. They gotta move out of the way. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to promotion. They also have 5 steps to promotion.
5678 Fetba.
I clicked, I right clicked on my screen and clicked translate to English. Whoopsies. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm promoting first, and that's nice because then after I promote, they promote. I have like checks and stuff. And I'm sure I'm able to eventually trade off. It's complicated, but you know, it's winning. Instead, we walked into not that. I didn't play this right. I played this right away, which is still fine. And this is losing. Okay. Now I gotta play a winning move. And I didn't. And wait, this is a mistake, because I can play king e4 now. And I didn't see that. And then I played the only move to save the game, and this is just a draw, theoretically. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just a heads up, if you're curious why that's a draw, even though I'm down a pawn in the endgame, if the passed pawn, or I mean, if the remaining pawn, sorry, is not a passed pawn, if the remaining pawn is on the H file or the A file, if you think about it, if you're in a position where your king can control the promotion square, so either H8 or A8, in my case it was A8, then the pawn will never be able to promote because the opponent's king will never be able to pressure me out of that square. I'll always be able to rotate between A8, B8, and A7, and if I'm never able to, for whatever reason, if I'm already here and I'm not able to go on to either of these squares, it probably is a stalemate, unless if you've made a tragic mistake. So, just a heads up as to why, you know, this is not winning for white. hopefully that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, definitely recommend looking up on YouTube, um, King versus Pawn Endgame, and you'll probably see something about that. But yeah, draw's not a bad result. 1724 rated still. Although we dropped a point, I guess. I don't really care about Elo, to be honest. I just kind of want to work my way up in terms of chess level and skill. But let's see if we can win tomorrow. I'm playing my second day of classical games today. Yesterday I won my first one. Got a checkmate in 17 moves. That was pretty cool. And my second game, I managed to play a really solid game. I played with 92% accuracy, but I ended up losing because of a mistake I made in the end game. So that's where I need a little bit of work against the 1700 rated player. So, no shame in that. And then today I'm playing two more games. So we'll see how these games go. I'll let you know how they go in tomorrow's video. Also, let me know if you want me to do a recap of my over the board games on YouTube. I would love to do some deep dive analysis to my thought process during the games, and hopefully you all can either learn from it if you're lower rated, or if you're higher rated, let me know what I could have thought of or where I could have done better. I would really appreciate that. So yeah, let me know if that's something you're all interested in, and definitely if you've made it this far, you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I'm posting every day. It's not stopping until I hit 2,000. I might do this for years. We'll see. But thanks for watching, seriously, and take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Bye bye.